Om Shuklam Varadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarvavighnopashantaye Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murtibheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. So let's just read the first 7. Kausalya Suprabharama Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Narashardula Kartavyam Devamanikam Uttishta Uttishta Govinda Uttishta Garudadvaja Uttishta Kamala Kanta Trailokyam Mangalam Kuru Matas Samasta Jagatam Madhukaita Bharehe Vaksho Viharini Manohara Divya Murte Shri Swamini Shrita Jana Priyadana Shile Shri Venkatesha Daite Tava Suprabhatam Tava Suprabhatam Aravindalochane Bhavatu Prasanna Mukha Chandra Mandale Vidishankarendra Vanita Virarchite Vrishashailanatha Daite Dayanite Atriyadi Sapta Rishayas Samupasya Sandhyam Akasha Sindhu Kamalani Manoharani Adaya Padayugamarchayitum Prapannaha Sheshadri Shekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam Panchananabja Bhavashanmukhavasava Tyaha Traivikramadicharitam Vibudha Suvanti Bhashapati Patati Vasara Shuddhi Marat Sheshadri Shekhara Vibho Suprabhatam Ishat Prapulla Sarasi Ruhanari Kela Pugadrumadi Sumano Haramalikana Avati Mandamanilas Sahadivya Gandhaihi Sheshadri Shekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam Unmilya Netra Yugamuttama Panjarasthaha Patravashishta Kadali Phalapayasani Bhuktva Salila Matakelu Shukha Patanti Sheshadri Shekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam. Okay. So Sheshadri Shekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam. So Sheshadri Nathaha, the one who dwells on Sheshadri hills. So unto you my Suprabhatam, Tava Suprabhatam. Suprabhatam is yours, really speaking. May I become awakened to your world, to your Srishti, to your Jagat. The morning, that's what morning does. It wakes us up to Bhagavan manifest. So which is what the Bhakta sees when he looks around him. Everybody is awakened to this world, means everyone is awakened to the Lord. Unmilya netra yugam uttama panjarasthaha. Panjarasthaha, panchi, pinjara. Panjara is pinjara, cage. So the one uttama panjarasthaha, the ones who are in the luxurious, exalted, golden cages. So unmilya, opening, having opened their eyes, means waking up. These are the parrots. Keli Shukaha are the parrots. So the parrots are the one who are in these cages. They open their eyes, they are awake. Then having eaten, having awakened, Patra Vashishta Kadali Phala Payasani. Kadali Phalam is bananas. Payasani is payasam. So having eating from their dishes, then bhuktva, eating them. Salilam atha pathanti. Playfully. So they are playfully chirping, parroting away. Means doing what? Singing your glory. So in the bhakta's eyes, even the parrots, they are singing the glory of the Lord. Everyone is happy to be awake. In fact, human beings are the only ones who sometimes are unhappy being awake. Because either they don't want to wake up, because they are too lazy or tired, or they don't want to wake up because they don't want to deal with the world. Really. So human beings sometimes will say, they're afraid to get up, especially if they are depressed and all. They don't want to wake up in the morning. But other jantus are not like that. It's time to get up, they get up. And as soon as they get up, they are busy. They don't wait for their coffee to wake up. They just wake up and then they are busy doing their karma, whatever they are supposed to do. So, Tantri Prakarsha Madhura Svanaya Vipanchya. Tantri Prakarsha Madhura Svanaya Tantri Prakarsha Madhura Svanaya Vipanchya.
Tantri Prakarsha Madhura Svanaya Vipanchya.
Gayatyananta Charitam Tava Naradopi.
Gayatyananta Charitam Tava Naradopi.
Bhasha Samagramasakrit Karachara Ramyam.
Bhasha Samagramasakrit
Karachara Ramyam. Sheshadri Shekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam.
Sheshadri Shekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam.
Tantri Prakarsha Madhura Svanaya Vipanchya Gayati. Who Gayati? Naradaha. Ananta Charitam Tava. Tava Ananta Charitam. So the Charitam, Ramacharitam. So Ramacharita, Sri Rama's life, his activities, his doing, his actions, his deeds. So Tava Charitam means Bhagavan, Sri Vishnu's Charitam, all his great manifestations, his deeds, his avatars and so on. Naradaha Gayati, he sings. So Narada's job is what? He gets up in the morning and he looks around him and all he can think of is Bhagavan's Mahima. Bhagavan's glories, Bhagavan's actions, his deeds, endless deeds. Ananta Charitam means the endless deeds of Bhagavan, he thinks. And then what? Vipanchya. Vipanchya means, so in his five-stringed Narada, lute, what he carries. So five-string instrument, Madhura Svanaya, with beautiful, madhuram, melodious voice, he starts singing. Tantri Prakarsha means the one which is so very accurate, orderly, it means his music, his singing is classical, very classical and following rules, following an order, following a system. So in his great classical style, he sings on his veena, on his lute, endless deeds of Bhagavan. And then not only that, Bhasha Samagram Asakrit Karachara Ramyam. So Bhasha, language, with a language also, with a beautiful lyrics. With beautiful lyrics, not only that, so Karachara Ramyam. Kara is the hand. So Karachara is the movements of the hand. So not only with his voice, with the instrument, with one hand he is playing the instrument, and with the other hand, so his all these hand movements, with his graceful hand movements, he is expressing himself, the glory of Bhagavan. No, see, you see Indian musicians also, some of them. No, the hands also move. The hands move in the direction of the raga. So we can see which way the raga goes. The audience head goes up and down. The artist hand waves all over. It's all part of expression, music expression. So. Bringavali chamakaranda rasanuvitta chankara gita ninadai sahasevanaya rasanuvitta chankara gita ninadai sahasevanaya निर्यात्युपान्त सरसी कमलोदरेभ्य निर्यात्युपान्त सरसी कमलोदरेभ्यः शेषाद्रिशेखर विभो तव सुप्रभातम्
निर्यातुपान्त सरसी कमलोदरेभ्यः
शेषाद्रिशेखर विभो
तव सुप्रभातम्.
So Bringavali, then you look around, what else is going on? Bringavali cha makaranda rasanu vidda jhankara gita ninadaihi saha sevanaya niryati upanta sarasi kamalodarebhyaha. So niryati means they emerge. No, Bringavali are the bees. The swarms of bees. Swarms of bees. So you see them emerging from the Niryati, Upanta, Sarasi, Kamalodarebhya. Kamalodara, Kamalasya Udaram. So from the inside of the lotuses, you see lotuses where? From the adjoining pool. Upanta, Sarasi. So in the adjoining pool there are these beautiful lotuses, open lotuses. From inside them, the swarms of bees are emerging. They are emerging. What else? Makaranda rasanu vidda jhankara gita ninadaihi. So Gita ninadaihi, with the sound of musical, with the musical sound of their humming. Having done what? So having obtained the juice of the nectar. Makaranda rasa is the juice, the nectar. Having obtained the nectar from the lotuses which are there in the adjoining pool, I see these swarms of bees that come out. And then they create jhankara. They create this noise. But it's not just noise, it's a musical humming of the bees. And this is what? Sevanaya. As a worship. It is their bhajans. It is their singing. It is their singing the Lord's glory, offering their worship to you. Everybody worships the Lord, How? Yadyat karma karomi tattad akhilam shambho tavaradhanam. We have to make an effort to have the right attitude to do our karma as an offering to Bhagavan. But what about these animals and all? Their karma itself is an offering. Why? Because it is in keeping with Bhagavan's order. Whatever they do, they wake up in the morning, they do their duty. We wake up in the morning, we ask, what is my duty? So we ought to keep asking, what is my duty? What is my duty? So because we have questions and doubts about what we have to do. These other creatures don't have those doubts, they don't have those questions. They just do what they have to do. They do their dharma, they do their karma in keeping with their swadharma. That's the idea here. Everybody does their karma in keeping with their swadharma. Every creature. Human being, except human being. Because of choice. So he says, I also want to wake up to a world and start functioning the way everybody else is functioning. So because their actions are swadharma, in keeping with swadharma, I also, by looking at the Lord everywhere, then my actions also become like that. So you see, therefore, otherwise it makes no sense. What are these bees are offering worship? Bees are just making noise. No. But it is through their karma, through their actions, because They are very much a part of their order. Sheshadri Shekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam. What else is happening? Yosha Ganena Varadadni Vimatyamane. Ghoshalayeshu Dadimanthana Tivra Ghoshaha. Roshat Kalim Vidadhate Kukubhascha Kumbhaha. No. Kukubhaha. Kukubhascha. Roshat Kalim Vidadhate Kukubhascha Kumbhaha. Sheshadri Shekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam. Yosha Ganena Varadadni Vimathyamane Ghoshalayeshu Dadimanthana Tivra Ghoshaha. Roshat Kalim Vidadhate Kukubhaha cha Kumbhaha. So Yosha Ganena, Yosha Ganas the women folk. So the women folk, Vyaradadni Vimatyama, the women folk are engaged early in the morning in doing what? In villages? Churning. Churning the milk. Butter. Churning the to get butter. Churning not the milk, the curd.
Buttermilk, the curd.
The buttermilk. So they're churning the buttermilk. Then Ghoshalayeshu, Goshalas. Goshalas means cow shed, but Goshala also can mean a house. Village houses of cowherds. The village houses of cowherds are called Goshala. Not all women folk sit down and start churning butter. It's the cowherds wives, because they're in the business. So in the dairy business, so they are churning this buttermilk. Dadi manthana tivra ghoshaha. So this tivra ghoshaha, the loud noise, the racket, comes out of this churning. Why? So imagine if everybody in the neighborhood turned on their blender in the morning, then what will happen? So this noise, and generally in the pot, the pot is pretty big in the villages, and it's not totally full of buttermilk either. It is partly full, very little bit at the bottom. So it makes a lot of noise. It does make a lot of noise. If all of them in the neighborhood are doing that, then there will be tivra koshaha. There will be a big noise, racket. Roshat kalim vidadhate kukubaha cha kumbhaha. Kumbham is the pot. So from all the directions of the pots, this noise comes as if it is a quarrel, as if the pots are quarreling with each other. So, the idea here is there is the activity, is the noise of activity taking place, the morning activities. And so this noise also means everybody, indicates that everybody is awake and they are engaged in their daily duties. Sheshadri Shekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam. Padmesha Mitra Shatapatra Gatali Vargaha.
Padmesha Mitra Shatapatra Gatali Vargaha.
Hartum Shriyam Kuvalayasya Nijanga Lakshmya.
Hartum Shriyam Kuvalasya Nijanga Lakshmya.
Bheri Ninadamiva Biprati Tivranadam.
Bheri Ninadamiva Biprati Tivranadam.
Sheshadri Shekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam.
Sheshadri Shekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam.
So, again, Padmesha Mitra Shatapatra Gatali Vargaha. Again, he talks of the bees. Ali Vargaha is the bee. Perhaps, and lotus, the bees coming out of the lotus. Now keep in mind, perhaps this devotee is in front of Sri Venkatachalapati's temple. And there is this pond is there, So Pushkarini lake is a lake of ponds. So in the lake of ponds he sees all these lotuses and the bees. So I guess perhaps he is himself waiting for the door to open and he notices all this. There's so many examples he uses here of lotus and bees. So Padmesha Mitram.
Friend of the lotus.
That is the lotus. Friend of Surya. So friend Padmesha is sun. The lord of the lotus is who? Surya. Why? Because he makes him bloom, makes the lotus bloom. So when the sun rises, the lotus is bloom. So Padmesha Mitra. Then for Padmesha, whose friend? The Lord Sun, who is the friend of the lotus. So he is there, he has arisen. Shatapatra. Shatapatram is the 100-petal lotus. So the big lotus flower. And Alivargaha. So in them, in the lotus, we have this swarm of bees. Hartum Shriyam Kuvalayasya Nijanga Lakshmyaha. What do these bees do? The bees take away the splendor. Hartum Shriyam. They take away the splendor of what? Kuvalaya. These are the water lilies. So in the ponds also there are water lilies. The water lilies are very beautiful. They have their own natural splendor. Lakshmi here is the splendor, the beauty. So they have their own beauty. And when I go to watch these water lilies, then the bees that are there, by their activity and by their noise, so they take away my attention. They draw away the attention. The bees are competing with the lilies to draw the attention of the people. And not only that, they make this loud noise. See, by the noise they draw the attention. The lilies by their appearance are beautiful. Bheri ninadam iva bibrati tivranadam. Tivranadam is loud noise. So they create this loud noise, which is like what? Like the bheri. Bheri are where bheri comes. So bheri, mridanga, the bheri is that kettle drum. So in the war, they play these drums called kettle drums. They are called bheris. So like the war cry of the kettle drums make noise, similarly these bees, swarms of bees are making so much noise and taking away the attention from the beautiful flowers. Shrimanabhishta Varadakhila Loka Bandho Shri Srinivasa Jagadeka Dayaika Sindho Shri Devatagraha Pujantara Divya Murte Sri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam. See, now when you hear this, I tell you this with each verse, you'll recognize. Otherwise, so mechanically people recite this, Shriman Abhishta Varada Akhila Loka Bandhu. Hey Loka Bandhu. Hey Loka Bandhu becomes Loka Bandho. So, oh one who is the friend of everybody, of all the jivas, of the entire world. Abhishta Varada, the one who Varam Dadati, the one who fulfills the desires. Abhishta Varam Dadati, the one who fulfills, who gives boons, who fulfills all the desires of all the devotees, of his devotees. Shriman, the one Shriman, the one who has Shri, Lakshmi with him. So who is every Bhakta's friend of the Bhaktas. Shri, who himself is Shri, who himself is full of splendor, who himself is all wealth. Not only he is Shri, but he is also Srinivasaha. He is the one in whom, so Lakshmi abides, who is non-separate from Lakshmi, or Lakshmi is non-separate from him. Jagad Eka Daya Eka Sindhu. He is the only one, unequal. He is the unequal ocean of compassion, ocean of Daya. See, Bhagavan, that's why it is strange that people fear God. Because God is one thing which not to be feared. But then we are all afraid of Bhagavan, really speaking. We are afraid of ourselves, not Bhagavan. He is the ocean of compassion. Shri Devata Graha Bhujantara Divya Murte. Hey Divya Murte, oh, the one with the Divya, whose whole form itself is divine, whose form is brilliant, Divyam, divine. One with a divine form. How it is divine? Bhujantara Devata Graha. Bhujantaram is the, so Bhuja is the arms, Bhujantara is the chest. So the one for whom Sri Devata Graha. So yeah, for whom, so the Graham, the Sri abides in his heart. So the one in whose heart, in whose chest, is the abode of Sri Lakshmi. Thus the one with the, if you see Venkatachalapati's, the statue, it's very prominent, how his chest, the Sri is there.
They actually have it
They
here.
have Lakshmi there. That if you see the Kavacham, you will see. Or even the sculpture, you will see that. So Shri Devata Graha Bhujantara Divya Murti, whose form is divine, who is unequal, who fulfills the desires of devotees, who is full of compassion. Sri Venkatachalapate, O Lord of, so Venkata hills unto you, so Suprabhatam, this whole morning is indeed is a blessing from you. Oh, it is your blessing. Shri Swami Pushkarnika Plava Nirmalanga.
Shri Swami Pushkarnika Plava Nirmalanga.
Shreyorthino Haravirinchi Sanandanadyaha.
Shreyorthino Haravirinchi
Sandanadyaha. Sanandanadyaha. Dvare vasanti varavetra hatottamāṅgāha.
Dvare vasanti varavetra hatottamāṅgāha.
Sri Venkatachalapate tava suprabhatam.
Sri Venkatachalapate tava suprabhatam.
So Shreyaha Arthinaha Hara Virinchi Sanandanadyaha. Shreyaha. Who is a Shreyaha? The one who desires Shreyas is called Shreyaha. So the one Shreyas is Moksha. So those who are desire of the ultimate good of Moksha, Shreyaha. Shreyarthinaha. So the one who desire Moksha as the Purushartha. Artha is the Purushartha. There are different Purusharthas, and the ultimate Purushartha is what? Shreya. Yash Shreyasyat Nishchitam Bruhi Tanme. Shishyasteham Shadimam Tvam Prapannam. Arjuna asks Sri Krishna, so, O Lord, I do not, please, I am seeking Shreyas. I am your student. Consider me to be your Shishya and teach me, because I am Shreyarthi. Means I am one who desires Shreyas. So these are Shreyarthinaha, those who desire Shreyas. Not only that, Hara Virinchi Sanandanadya. Then other great people. Hara is Shiva, Lord Shiva. Virinchi is Brahmaji. And Sanandanadya, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, Sanatana. These are all the rishis. So the great rishis, Bhagavan, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, all others, those who are desirous of moksha, all these people, they are waiting. Dware Vasanti. They are waiting at your doorstep. So doorstep, they have come there. How? So Sri Swami Pushkarinika Plava Nirmalangaha. Angaha, their body, they have made themselves nirmala. They have made themselves purified. By what? By taking a bath, by taking a dip in the Swami Pushkarini. Pushkarinika is the pond. Yeah. So there is a pond, a lotus pond is called Pushkarinika. So there is a lotus pond, and in that they have, outside the temple, they have taken their morning dip, and they are there Nirmalangaha, purified. Not only have they purified, they have come at your doorstep, and Varavetra Hatottamangaha. They are sanctified. Now, not only they have taken their bath, that they are sanctified, Uttamangaha. By what? Varavetra Hata. By being touched with the staff, with the stick. Of whom? Of the Dwarapalakas. They are waiting. It means they have offered their namaskar to the Dwarapalakas. You can't enter a temple without reporting to the Dwarapalakas, gatekeepers. So there are devatas. They are presiding deities who guard the entrance of the house. Every dwaram has Dwarapalakas. So when you go to a temple, you see them. There are two standing in front. You're supposed to offer your namaskar to them before you enter the temple. It's with their permission. With their permission you are going in. So they have also, means they sanctify. But in some translations you will see that he will say, so by being beaten with the stick from the gatekeepers. That's not what it is. Yeah. It's not the gatekeepers beat you there, standing in front of Bhagavan. No. So by their touch, their touch means you have reported to them. That's why when you go back, you're supposed to go back from the same door that you enter always. The house. When you enter somebody's house, you're supposed to, when you leave, you're supposed to leave from the same door that you enter. You can't come in from the front door and go from the back door. Or you can't come in from the front door and go from the garage. Because the Dwarapalaka, you have taken the blessing that you are entering Bhagwan's house. Then when you leave also, he has to make note that you have left. Because other gate there will be other Dwarapalakas. So like that, it's a tradition. So traditional people, they will leave from the same door that they enter. Okay. So anyway, that has to do with the Dwarapalakas. So anyway, so all these people who are Jignasus, who's all the gods, they have sanctified themselves in the morning. Looking at this all shows us what we are supposed to do. Right. So then coming there in front of the gate, they are waiting at the doorstep, waiting for you. So this Pushkarinika is there in the story, in Adi Varaha Avatara. So when the Prithvi is taken away, by this Hiranyaksha takes Prithvi to Patala Loka, and then she has to be rescued. And so the Lord Vishnu takes this Varaha Avatara as a white boar, and then rescues Mother Earth from Patala Loka, destroys Hiranyaksha with his tusks, and then so Prithvi, then all the gods praise him and ask him to restore the earth to her original, whatever the earth is, means place for Jivas, place for Jiva. And so the earth is restored, and the Lord so then decides to, they ask him to remain, to take, bless the earth. So with Bhudevi, that's why. So he remains on earth in a benign form, not as the Varaha form, in a benign form with Bhudevi. Bhudevi is Prithvi. So that's why Venkatachalapati, you have Sri Devi and Bhudevi. So Sri Devi is Lakshmi. She's always with him. Bhudevi is Prithvi. So Mother Earth, he rescued Mother Earth, so from the Patala Loka, and then he remained with Mother Earth to bless her. So she's always with him. So that's why the temples you will always see of both. Otherwise you wonder who is this Bhudevi. So Bhudevi is Prithvi Devi. And so then he decides to remain there. And so he asked Garuda Devata, to bring this mountain from Vaikuntham. A mountain called Kridachala mountain. There is a mountain, Kridachalam in Vaikuntham. And Garuda goes and brings that mountain and places it. So places it next to a pond called as Pushkarinika. So this Pushkarinika is Pushkarani is the lake, some lake with lotuses. Next to this is the hill, and this is what is the Venkatadri hill. It's also called as Vaikunthadri or Venkatachalam, Venkata hills.
Where are they?
In Andhra. Andhra, some 80 kilometers from Chennai. So that is where this Tirupati temple is. That those hills are called the Sheshadri hills. So one of the hills is Venkatagiri. In that is the Tirupati temple. So he came and stayed there. Okay. Shri Shesha Shaila Garudachala Venkatadri Narayanadri Vrishabhadri Vrishadri Mukhyam Garudachala Venkatadri Narayanadri Vrishabhadri Vrishadri Mukhyam Akhyam Tvadiya Vasateranisham Vadanti Sri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam.
Sri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam.
So Sri Shesha Shaila Garudachala Venkatadri Narayanadri Vrishabhadri Vrishadri Mukhyam Akhyam Tvadiya Vasatehe Anisham Vadanti. So these are the names. They are called by these names. What? Your abode. The abode in which you live are called by all these names. What are these names? So Saptagiri. This is what is the Saptagiri Natha. Sri Venkateshwara is called Saptagiri Natha. He is the Lord of the seven hills. These 7 hills are supposed to represent Adishesha. So Adishesha. So the origin of Saptagiris is attributed to a duel between Vayu Devata and Adishesha. So Vayu Devata once wanted to visit Lord Vishnu, and he goes there, and then Lord Vishnu is unavailable, not available at the moment. So he's having a conference with Lakshmi, and so Adishesha tells Vayu Devata he can't go in. So he can't go in, then he gets offended. And so he has a quarrel with Adishesha. So that quarrel is then supposed to be now resolved. So resolved in a duel. So they decide to have a duel. And the duel, what is the duel? So there is this mountain is there. So the mountain, Meru, the peak of Meru. So Adishesha is supposed to, he protects the peak of Meru with his hood. And Vayu Devata is going to blow it off. He's going to blow it off with his strength, and Adishesha is going to protect it. So that is the duel. And so they are at it, and then nothing happens to the peak. And then at one point Vayu Devata lets up. Yeah, he lets up for the moment, and so Adishesha's attention. So his attention loses his alertness, and then he suddenly blows the peak off, and the peak gets blown off, and then comes and lands on Sheshadri. That's the story. So that's the Sheshadri. But these are the 7 hills. Apparently there are 7 hills, so which taper in one direction. So the hills represent the hoods of Shesha, Adishesha, and the rest of it represent his body and the tail. So each of these peaks have a different name. They are called differently. So one is called as Sri Shesha Shaila. Shesha Shaila is one mountain. Then Garuda Achala. Garuda Achalam means hill. So Garuda means the Garuda hill. Like Garuda hill. So one is named after Garuda Devata. Then there is one Venkatadri. Venkatadri is the one in which there is the Tirupati temple. It's in the Venkatadri. I think that's the last one. The six hells have to be traversed to reach the 7th, which is Venkatadri, where there is the Tirupati temple. So then one of them is called Narayanadri. Narayanadri means Vishnu. Vrishabhadri. Vrishabhadri is named after Nandi. Then there's another one called Vrishadri, or also called Niladri. Niladri, that is connected to one Devi called Neela Devi. So Neela Devi there's a temple in that hill dedicated to Neela Devi. So Neela Devi is a Gandharva princess. What happened? So you have to know this story a little bit. So Lord Vishnu comes and lives in this Tirupati hills. I'll tell you later how he gets there. But then he's staying there doing tapas in an ant hill. So inside an ant hill he was. So the idea there is he's doing tapas for such a long time that an ant hill covers him up like Valmiki. So he's there without eating, etc. So Lord Shiva and Brahmaji, they assume the form of a cow and a calf. And then, so cow and a calf means then there's a milking cow. So they go there and then they offer milk to the ant hill, so that Lord Vishnu is not starving. But in the process, that happens to belong to the Raja. So the Raja, the king, all the cattle belong to the king, and then there is a cow herd. And so the king, they find out that this cow is not yielding any milk, even though it has a calf. So what happens? Because all the milk is being poured onto the ant hill. So then this cow herd finds out what is going on. So he goes there and he sees this ant hill. So when he sees the ant hill, then he tries to destroy the ant hill. So when he tries to destroy the ant hill, then that is when Lord Vishnu happens to be there. So he is hit on the head. So when he is hit on the head, so because of that injury, he loses some hair. This is a story. He loses some hair. So then when this Neela Devi, the Gandharva princess, finds out that he lost some of his hair, and you can see the scalp, so she offers some of her hair to him, to cover up, like a wig like. So perhaps the story, of people offering their hair, so they go to Tirupati. There is some kind of a connection, Sthala Purana. So anyway, so to that Neela Devi, there is this small temple is dedicated, and one of the hills is called Niladri. And then there is another hill, the 7th one called Anjanadri. Anjanadri, named after Anjaneya. Anjana also refers to kajal, the kajal they put in the eyes, so which is supposed to have medicinal properties. So they say, so Anjanadri, the hill is like when you put those kajal in the ears, Anjana, in the eyes become bright, yeah. So similarly, when you look at the hills, so even the sight of the hills is considered to be so medicinal. So it blesses the person. So therefore, it's called Anjanadri. So these are the Mukhya Makhyam. These are the main names. So these are the main names of all the hills where you reside. It says, Sri Shesha Shaila Garudachala Venkatadri Narayanadri Vrishabhadri Vrishadri Mukhyam Akhyam Tvadiya Vasatehe Anisham Vadanti. Venkatacha Sri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam. Seva para Shiva Suresha Krishanu Dharma Rakshombunatha Pavamana Dhanadinathaha. Shiva Suresha Krishanu Dharma Rakshombunatha Pavamana Dhanadinathaha. Baddhanjali Pravilasan Nija Shirsha Deshaha. Deshaha Sri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam. Seva Paraha. Seva Paraha. These are the ones who are desirous of doing seva to you, of serving you. Who are they? Shivaha. Shivaha is Lord Shiva. Suresha. Suresha is, so who Suresha? Suranam Isha, Lord of the Suras, is Indra. Is Indra. Krisha. Krisha Anudharma. Anudharmaha. Agni. Agni and Dharma is Yama. Rakshaha is Nirriti. Ambunatha is Varuna. Pavamana is Vayuhu. And Dhanadinathaha is Kubera. So these are all the Adinathas. Who are they? They are the Dikpalakas. Dikpalakas. So starting with East, East, starting with East, the Dikpalaka Devata is Shiva, Lord Shiva. I'm sorry, starting with Northeast. Then East is Indra. Southeast is Agni Devata. South is Yama Devata. Southwest Nirriti Devata. West Varuna Devata. Northwest Vayu Devata. And north is Kubera Devata. So these are all the Adinathas. These are all the Dikpalaka Devatas. And what about them? Baddhanjali Pravilasan Jagadisha Nija Shirsha Deshaha. So they are standing there also with Baddhanjali, means with folded hands. With folded hands they are standing, they are waiting for you to wake up. For you to wake up. All the Dikpalaka Devatas waiting to serve you.
Who's southwest, Dhiraji?
Southwest is Nirriti. These are the Dikpalaka Devata. They are mentioned in Devi Bhagavatam. So the whole Srishti, there are cities. There are cities all over. And then the whole Brahmanda is there. In the center is Brahmaji. So Brahmaji lives in the center in a city called Manovati. Then to the east there is Amravati. In Amravati where we have Indra Devata. Then Tejovati is southeast Agni Devata. Then we have Samyamani, which is in the south with Yama Devata. Then Krishnanjana, southwest with Nirriti Devata. Shraddhavati in the west with in Varuna Devata. Then there is Gandhavati, northwest, with Vayu Devata. Mahodaya in the north with Kubera Devata, and Yashovati in the northeast with Lord Shiva. So these are all the Dikpalaka Devatas, Brahmaji in the middle, and this is your whole Brahmanda. Nirriti is an interesting Devata, So he is one of the Ekadasha Rudras. His Rudras is Nirriti, who is the grandson of Brahmaji.
In one Yajurveda verse it comes, right? Niriti.
I don't know whether it is this or it is something else. Yeah. Interestingly, Nirriti is also the name of a wife of another Devata called Adharma Devata.
But she's a female.
No, this is Devata. Nirriti is Devata. There is another person whose name is also Nirriti, who is a female, who is married to a Devata called Adharma Devata. Adharma also has Devata. And with Nirriti, he has 3 sons called Bhayam, Mahabhayam, and Mrityu. It's interesting, So these are all, and then Adharma also is married to a consort whose name is Himsa. Himsa means hurt, Himsa. And then they have children and grandchildren called Anritam, Darpam, Naraka, Vedana, all these kinds of things. All born of Adharma. So anyway, this is just by the way. But all the Dikpalaka Devatas are there, so around you also waiting for you to get up so that they can do things. They need your blessings. The idea, Bhagavan, Parameshwara's blessings are needed for everybody to start working. Or everybody functioning indicates what? Indicates Bhagavan's blessing is there with you. Suryendu Bhauma Buddha Vakpati Kavya Suriswar Sauris. No, sorry, Ghatishu. Yeah, missed one verse. Okay. Ghatishu te Vihagaraja Mrigadiraja Nagadiraja Gajaraja Hayadirajaha Vihagaraja Mrigadiraja Nagadiraja Gajaraja Swaswadikara Mahimadika Martayante
Swaswadikara Mahimadika Martayante
Sri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam
Sri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam
Dhatishu.
Is it Dha?
Dha, I think. Dha. Dhatishu. Then there are other people. See, all the devatas we saw, they are waiting for you to get. All the birds and the bees are already active. Then all the people are waiting. All the devatas are waiting. Then all these other animals, who are the rajas? The rajas of the animals. All the rulers. Rulers also need Bhagavan. Where do rulers get their authority from?
God.
So, from God. So even though we say by the people, for the people, of the people, it's true relatively, but really speaking, Bhagavan's blessing. So he says, Vihaga Raja. Vihaga is the Garuda. Vihaga Raja is Garuda. So the Lord, the ruler of, the Lord of all the birds is Garuda. Then Mrigadhi Raja. Mrigasya Adhiraja. Mriga is the animal. Any animal can be Mriga. So the king of the animals is lion, Simha. Nagadi Raja. So the Adi Raja of the Nagas, who is what? Adishesha. So Adishesha is waiting there, Garuda Devata. Then Gajaraja. Who's the Gaja? Gaja is the elephants. Who's the... these are nice quiz questions for Purna Vidya kids, class kids. Who's Gajaraja? The lord of the elephants is Airavata. Airavata. Airavata is Lord Indra's elephant. His name is Airavata. And Hayadi Raja. Hayadi Raja is the Raja of the horses, whose name is Uchchaishravas. Uchchaishravas. So all these Rajas, kings, means all other animal kingdom, the bird kingdom, their Rajas are waiting. Swaswa Adhikara Mahima. Mahimadikam Arthayante. Arthayante. Prarthayante. They are waiting. So waiting for what? Swaswa Adhikaram. Their Adhikara. To gain Adhikara from you. For what? So that Mahima. So that they have success. So they are seeking your permission. They are seeking authority from you. So that they are successful in what they are going to do. So that is what, so when we get up in the morning, everybody else is doing this. The animals are doing this. The devas are doing this. The Dikpalakas are doing this. All the rajas of all the animals are doing this. What am I doing? I am waiting for my coffee and whining and complaining. So I also have to sit down and worried about the traffic. I have to say Swaswa. This is beautiful, Yes. Swaswa Adhikaram. So gain Adhikara for permission from Bhagavan. So please, even see Raja, there are prayers for physicians. When you start the day, you're supposed to seek Bhagavan's grace so that all your actions are going to be successful. Like that for everybody, it's true. He says they are all waiting to get Adhikara from you, because all Shakti, Adhikara indicates Shakti, all Shakti comes from Bhagavan. So all the Dikpalakas, Arthayante. And all these Rajas, then who else? Suryendu Bhauma Buddha Vakpati Kavya Soriswar Bhanu Ketu Divishat Parishat Pradhanaha.
Suryendu Bhauma Buddha Vakpati Kavya Soriswar Bhanu Ketu Parisat Pradhana.
Tvaddasa Dasa Charamavadi Dasa Dasaha. Sri Venkatesha Tava Suprabhatam. So these are, all these people. Devatas. Surya. Indu. Indu is Chandra. Bhauma. Bhauma is Mangala. Then Buddha. Vakpati. Vakpati is Brihaspati. Thursday, Brihaspati. Then Kavya. Kavya is Shukra. Remember? It's called Kavya. Kavi's Putra. It's called Kavya. So Shukra. Then Sori. So Shani. Then Bhanu is Surya. Ketu.
Yep.
No, Bhanu is Rahu. And Ketu. So Rahu, Ketu, Divishat. Divishat are the assembly. So this assembly of Devas. Parishat is an assembly. All other pradhanas, all other important people, all other kings, rulers, ministers, etc. So they are Navagrahas. They are also seeking yogyata, your permission, authority to do their respective works. Not only that, Tvat Dasa Chara avadhi dasa dasaha. See, all other servants, all other people who are doing varieties of actions, responsible for different things, different activities, the servants and their servants and their servants' servants, and so the whole hierarchy, each one's, who gives authority to whom? Each one's authority depends on somebody. His authority depends on somebody. His authority depends on some supervisor. So like that, there are people but ultimately, all authority only comes from Bhagavan. All Shakti only comes from you. So Venkatachalapati, so because the whole morning belongs to you, the waking world is yours, not separate from you. Okay, good. So maybe we can stop here and we continue next time. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.